Alright guys, I'll let you know what's going on. My bike has been having a hard time starting up, and I've shown this in previous videos. It takes like 2 to 3 tries to start up. Well, mainly like 2 tries every time, but I feel like something's either up with the battery or the regulator over here. Regulator! So the best thing to do is to check the battery. Right here I have a pocket digital multimeter. So I'm going to use this thing to test out the battery. I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. Let's pop this open and use this part of it. So this right here, if you have a trickle charger, you can use this because that's already connected to the battery. So we're going to see if this works. I'll do both. I'll do that and then I'll connect it to the battery and see what it's showing. So I've been watching videos on this, and they say to put it on the V for volts. So I believe it's on DC right now. If I press select, it will change to AC, but we want DC. All right. So what we're looking at here is I believe the long prong here is negative and this is positive. So we're going to stick this into positive, and then I'm going to touch negative. Oh, there, see? 12.7. Alright, so if the battery is 12.4 to 12.6, it's good. It's holding the charge. If it's 12.1 to 12.3, then the battery life is decreasing. If it's below 12.1, then it's a bad battery. But that's not the only test I'm going to do. I'm also going to start up the bike while testing this too. So the next thing I want to do is, since that's through the trickle charger, I want to test it directly on the battery here. Positive, negative, and it's showing the same reading. 12.7, 12.6, 12.7. Yeah, 12.7 is showing. I need to have this plugged in where it's touching, and then I'm going to turn on the key. So let's do that. Okay, I think I got this. Look, it's at 12.7, right? I'm going to turn on the key. It's going to dip a bit. It went down to 12.4, and the headlights and the odometer is on, so it went down to 12.2. Now I'm going to start it up. Let's see where it dips to when I start up. See, it always does that. Look at that. It's having a hard time starting. It's dipping really low when I try to start it. Now it's 11, 12. I'm not sure about this because it's showing 12.2, which is good. It's when I start it up. Look at that. It's way too low. Okay, so after reviewing everything, I believe it's a bad battery. It's only like a year old. I bought it from Battery Plus. I'm gonna take it out, bring it to the shop. Yeah, try to get a new battery from them and ask them to do a test on this and see what happens. Very useful. Get a multimeter. Duracell. Fuck you, Duracell. Alright, so I'm gonna bring this back to Battery Plus, and then it should be under warranty. Get a new battery, slap it back in, then we're gonna test it again with the multimeter. Alright, so I went to Battery Plus and had them check out my old battery. They gave me a new one. He tested it, said it is bad. Luckily, it's still under warranty. I knew I only bought it like last year, so he says I have like 10 months left if this one were to go bad, and I can swap it out again. Let's go and install it. All right, new battery, boys. Check it out. Duracell, they gave me the same one that I had, and the guy tested it out. He said it was a bad battery. This battery cost $135, so not a cheap battery. AGM. Let's install this new one, and good thing they gave me some new bolts because I dropped one of it and I can't find it. So it goes in, yeah. Let's put this bracket back on here. Now I think we do positive and then negative, right? Please don't drop here. Please don't drop. Please don't drop. Ah! Yeah, it's going right now. That is going in right. Let's get the negative in. We're gonna do this. Easy peasy. Look at that. So now I'm going to do another multimeter test, but I want to test it revving up so that we can see that the regulator is working right. Because I was watching a video on how to do that, and because we now know that the battery is new and it's good, we need to see if that regulator is regulating the battery voltage so that it's working correctly. Okay, so what I want to do is check the current voltage that it's at right now, 12.78. So that's good. That's just like the previous battery. And this is brand new. The bike is not on. So we're going to start up the bike. Actually, I'm going to turn on the power first here and see how it looks like. So with just the key going on here, and it's not turning on. Did I do something wrong? Alright guys, so make sure you plug things in correctly, because I sure didn't. Here's the positive. Okay. This needs to go on here. And then we plug this in. There we go. So stupid. I wish these were clips, so I can just clip on or something. And then I'm just going to touch this. See, it's 12.7. So now I'm going to start up the bike. Alright, let's talk about what just happened. When I revved the bike, the number was going too low. It should have stayed in the 14 volt range. And since it was going too low, that means that the regulator or stator wasn't working correctly. So I need to check that out now. So how I understand it works is that the stator generates AC current that goes to the regulator. The regulator changes that to DC current that goes to the battery, because the battery only accepts DC current. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to unplug the wires for the regulator, and I'm going to test the wire that goes to the stator, because if that is working, then that means the regulator is broken. I hope it's not the stator. So to remove this, there's this cap right here. You got to flip it up, then you pull it out. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna test this part right here. I'm going to put the multimeter in here and see how it's reading. Alright, so I'm going to switch this to ohms right here. This is ohms. So from the video I was watching how to test this, I'm going to try this first. I'm going to ground the negative onto a bolt on my engine. It's showing open line right now. And then I'm going to stick the positive into one of the prongs, the prong that goes to the stator. So I'm going to stick into the first one, and it's shown 0. Now let me do the right one over here. And then the other test they're talking about is a continuity test. So I'm going to switch it to continuity, which is this one right here, continuity. And my system here, it has digital and it also beeps. I can do a beeping mode. But here, I'm going to switch it to the beeping mode. So if it beeps here, then it means there's an issue. I'm going to start on the right side. See, it's beeping. So I think there's a problem with my stator. And let me go to the left side. There's no beeping on the left. Let me show you the number that it's showing when it beeps. 5, 3, 2. So I think there's something wrong with the stator. It's definitely beeping. And it's the right prong right here. It's the right side. That's the issue. So something's either grounded, it's broken. I gotta take this in. I don't know how to work in the stator. Blackhead. Right, guys, apparently I don't know shit about testing the battery, so don't really take my advice. Why are they parked so far back? What the heck? Alright guys, so I just got my bike back from Lucky 7 Moto, my favorite place, Lucky 7. And he did a test using the multimeter on my battery. He said everything's fine. I'm tripping. Maybe I didn't test it right, but he said that the battery that I have, the Duracell battery, they're usually shit batteries and I should go for Yuasa. So there you guys go. Look out for those type of batteries if you want it for your Harley. But since this is a new one, he said maybe I just needed to ride it around for a bit. And when he tested it on idle, it was showing 14 volts. And 14 volts is a strong battery. It's a healthy battery. But I did tell him I was doing the rev test, and it was dropping to like 4 or 5 or something. And so what I'm going to do is when I get home, I'm going to test it again. I am new to this. So, you know, maybe I wasn't doing it right or something. And even that test I did where it was beeping, I don't know. I trust this guy because he owns the shop. He knows what he's talking about. And he tested it really quick and he said it's a healthy battery and it's idling fine. So I'm going to take his word for it. I just wanted to be careful because it's a new battery. And I just wanted to make sure that my stator and everything is working fine, you know? But from his words, whoa, my bike is strong. It's healthy. Battery is good. So I bought an oil filter from him and I bought 4 quarts of oil. I'm going to do an oil change coming up. There'll be a new video coming up. Show you guys how I do an oil change on this thing. I'm so happy I didn't have to fix my stator or regulator or or any of those, because it was going to cost a lot if he needed to fix it. But luckily this guy is super cool, and he didn't like say like, oh yeah, I'll fix your stator. You know, even though it's healthy. Like some mechanics would just be like, oh yeah, I'll replace it, even though it's healthy. They don't tell you, and it'll probably cost me like 400, 500 bucks or something, right? So I'm happy. He's a really cool guy. I've been to him before when I had my 5K checkup and all that. And he apparently bought the shop from the previous owner. They were friends for like 20 something years, and the guy retired and he bought the shop from him, and he's a super cool guy. I went to him before when I had a bolt that was stripped, and the dude like came out, gave me a new bolt, unstripped it, and he's like totally free. He's like, it's all good. So yeah, this place is super cool. I love that they're close to me if I have any issues, and I actually recommended them to John, and he's been going there for service and everything, so he loves them. Very cool place. So happy my Harley is strong here. Everything is good on it. But I am gonna head back right now and do one final test to see if I'm tripping or what, because maybe I just needed to ride it around with the new battery for a bit for it to kind of like have the right charge or something. And yeah, I'm gonna do another multimeter test when I get home here and see if I'm doing it right, because I do want to know how to do it and make sure I'm doing it right. So let's get over here. I'll see you guys back and I'll do another test. All right guys, final test. We're gonna put on volts here. It's on DC, so I'm gonna start up the bike now. It's on neutral. You see here 14 volts, right? Healthy battery. Let's rev it up. All right, it is confirmed. If you put in a new battery, ride it around for a bit. Maybe it needs time to like kind of discharge or something like that, because the reading now is accurate. I revved it while doing that, and it went to 14. It was staying in the 14 range, and they say that's where it should be, and that's totally healthy. So I guess that's the proper way of doing it. But you did notice when I did that rev test yesterday, it dropped pretty low, and what I did was I just put it into the battery tender for a couple hours, and then it fully charged. And then the next day, which is today, I rode it to the shop, and I think that kind of like made it more accurate. So I suggest that if you get a new battery, put it on the tender, fully charge it, ride around the block, and then do the multimeter test. I think that is the accurate way of doing it. I hope this video helped you guys. I'm gonna head out now. I'm so happy that everything is good. And like I said, if this battery dies on me now, this stupid Duracell battery, I'm going to the Yuasa brand. I'll check you guys later. Peace. Okay, we're at the Montclair Mall, heading out, and this bike better start up, otherwise I'm gonna freak out. John started up pretty good. It's gonna die soon. I need to change it. I need to fix this issue.
You need to fucking change it right on.
Yeah, that didn't feel strong to me.
No more riding, bro. Let me back up.
Let's roll up. So we're gonna go straight up here. Under Armour. Go side by side here. bump here. Ugh.